Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, as of right now, is just around 4 months away from its official release by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, as well as creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's so exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film, at the end of the day, is going to be, well, a revelation film. It's going to contain many different twists and turns and surprises that will change how we view all the 8 Star Wars films that come before this one, and that's a big deal by Disney and Lucasfilm for the Star Wars community, and exactly how fans are going to view the franchise once Episode 9 drops December of this year. Now, on top of all of this, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very intense for this film. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that shot description consisting of a sequence based in the first act of the film, where it said that Kylo Ren is inside of his chambers, meditating through the ways of the dark side, where it's explained that Kylo Ren is holding Darth Vader's melted helmet during the scene, where as he meditates, it's said that he begins to see visions of when Anakin was burning on Mustafar, and when the Darth Vader armor was burning on the forest moon of Endor. It's said to be a sequence where the footage used in the form of a vision are said to be faded and transparent as Kylo focuses on the Vader melted helmet. It's said that during this scene, deleted scenes from Episode 3 were used, as well as unused dialogue that never made it to the film that will be placed to fulfill the scene in The Rise of Skywalker, where Kylo experiences terrifying visions of his grandfather Anakin/Vader as he meditates through the Force. It's said to be a moment in the film that eventually progresses to a sequence in which Kylo enters his throne room, where he begins to hear the Force Ghost voice of Luke Skywalker reaching out to him and haunting him and reminding him about his father Han Solo. So let's go over a couple of parts about this, because we do know that this film is going to really give us a different side of the story, right? A different type of Star Wars film that we have never seen before on the big screen. A very dark, dark movie. In fact, one of the big plans by JJ, Chris, and George is that they really want to make parts of this film darker than that of Revenge of the Sith, which honestly, I don't know if it's going to really be made possible, if that even is possible. We'll have to wait and see exactly how it's all going to be used and organized on the big screen. That's a big, dedication by J.J. Abrams to do something so incredible as that. But on top of all of this, I really want to go over the vision sequences. Now, we do know that Kylo Ren is very much obsessed with his grandfather, Darth Vader. It's one of the big reasons as to why he even turned to the dark side, is because it makes him feel special. And not just that, it's also the fact that Han and Leia pretty much neglected their own child through politics, smuggling, and all those things, right? So, with that being said, when he's holding this Darth Vader melted helmet, he's actually said to hear and see visions of Anakin/Vader burning, one of which being, of course, Anakin burning on Mustafar from Revenge of the Sith, a deleted scene that we have never seen that will be used for Episode 9, as well as a different angle of Darth Vader's suit burning on the world of Endor, on the forest moon. Now, once again, that lines directly up with why we talked about a couple of months ago that they shot over in the forest, alright, over in the Redwoods in California, and that definitely does line directly up with the forest moon of Endor making a brief appearance in Episode 9. So, on top of all of this entire scene is said to progress to a moment in which Kylo goes and travels into his very own throne room, and inside of this throne room is said to be the very moment in which he first is able to hear the Force Ghost voice of Luke Skywalker. Now, Luke is said to haunt Kylo Ren in the first act of this movie, where Luke is said to keep reminding him about his father Han Solo and what he did to him, and whether or not, if the Supreme Leader of the First Order really is a best fit for him as a person. Now, that's one of the things about this film. You can only imagine how overwhelming it may be for a character like Kylo to take on such a role, to hold such a responsibility for a large order that's going up against the Resistance and their allies across the galaxy. So Kylo Ren is going to be a very complex character in this film. We do know that in the first and second act, he's going to be fully embraced with the dark side. JJ wants to show us that side of Kylo Ren where he is basically just pure evil, where it's essentially going to transition to a moment in which he's confused and where he begins to change because he feels this power once again after he only felt it back during the events of The Last Jedi. This power power, of course, being the hidden power of Lord Sidious himself in the form of a spirit taking on the body host of the Dark Acolyte. Now, I love where JJ's going with this film when it comes to the mythology. Everything seems like it's really going back to its roots of the original ideas for The Force Awakens that never made it to the final cut. You know, even originally for Episode 7, they had thought about bringing Palpatine back, and that never really, you know, pretty much happened. That just fizzled out. So you can really see where JJ's trying to really borrow elements from and inserting it into Episode 9. I mean, he's the man who, you know, wrote and directed Episode 7 after all, and now you can really understand all of that. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.